Imagine waking up and discovering your country no longer exists. Not defeated, erased. In the year 878, Viking armies had destroyed almost every English kingdom. Northumbria was gone. East Anglia was gone. Mercia had collapsed. Only one kingdom remained, Wessex. And its king? He wasn't on a throne. He was hiding in a swamp. His name was Alfred the Great. And if he died there, England would never exist. To understand how close we came to total Viking rule, you have to look at the Heptarchy, the 7 traditional kingdoms like Northumbria and Kent. That's when the Great Heathen Army arrived. Unlike previous raiders who just wanted gold, these Scandinavians wanted land. One by one, the kingdoms fell. Northumbria in 867, East Anglia in 869, Mercia by 877. By 878, Alfred was the only thing standing between Guthrum and total Scandinavian domination of the island. For months, nobody knew if Alfred was alive, but he wasn't hiding. He was preparing. Deep inside the marshes of Athelmy, Alfred built a secret fortress. The swamp became his weapon. Using a clandestine communication network with local leaders, the Ealdormen, Alfred launched a series of hit-and-run raids. By May 878, the signal was sent. Every warrior was ordered to gather at a place called Egbertstone. Farmers, militia, warriors. The Saxon army had returned, and they were ready to fight. The two armies finally collided at Edington, likely the high ground near Edington in Wiltshire. On one side, Guthrum's seasoned Viking veterans, men who had spent a decade dismantling kingdoms. On the other, Alfred's Fyrd, farmers and local lords fighting for the very ground they stood on. The battle was decided by the shield wall. This wasn't a Hollywood-style chaotic brawl. It was a brutal, claustrophobic grind. Imagine thousands of men standing shoulder to shoulder, their wooden shields overlapping like the scales of a dragon. To break a shield wall, you had to hack through solid oak while spears thrust at your eyes and throat from the gaps. When the Viking formation finally began to fatigue and waver, Alfred sensed the moment. He ordered the push. The Saxon wall transitioned from a static defense into a terrifying, moving, crushing machine. The Viking line shattered. But the victory wasn't finished on the field. Alfred didn't let them escape. He pursued the remnants of Guthrum's army back to their stronghold at Chippenham. For 14 days, the Saxons surrounded the fortress, cutting off all supplies. Inside, the Vikings were reduced to starvation and despair. By the time Guthrum sued for peace, he wasn't just defeated, he was broken. This was the moment the Viking host realized that Wessex was no longer a victim, but an empire in the making. Most kings would celebrate victory. Alfred prepared for the next invasion. First, Guthrum converted to Christianity, with Alfred as his godfather. Then Alfred divided the land. The Viking territories became known as the Danelaw. But his greatest idea was defense. Alfred built 33 fortified towns called burhs. Each one had walls, soldiers, and connected roads. This meant Viking armies could never move freely again. He also reorganized the army, so soldiers rotated between farming and fighting, and he built large warships. This was the beginning of what would later become the Royal Navy. Alfred didn't just win a battle, he built a system that protected England for generations. Alfred didn't live to see a unified England, but his children did. His daughter, Ethelflaed, Lady of the Mercians, was a military powerhouse. She built her own line of burhs and took back Leicester and York. Finally, Alfred's grandson, Athelstan, finished the job in 927, becoming the first true king king of all England. For the first time in history, England became one kingdom. The Battle of Edington wasn't just a win on a field in Wiltshire, it was the crucible where the English state was forged. Today, if you visit the site of Alfred's greatest victory, you'll see the Westbury White Horse carved into the chalk hillside. While the horse we see today is an 18th century design, it stands as a massive, silent monument to the Alfredian legend. From a fugitive in a swamp to the architect of a nation, and history remembers him with one title, Alfred the Great.